From New York to London and Tokyo, tech stocks have taken a bit of a beating on Monday, with the sell-off wiping out nearly about $1 trillion in terms of market valuation. Now, this rout was driven by DeepSeek, which is a Chinese startup whose AI platform appears to look as good as anything there is on the market, but it is available at a fraction of a price and also a sliver of energy consumption. For well over 2 years now, the US stock investors have been showered with non-stop gifts from artificial intelligence. Now, since the beginning of 2023, the Nasdaq 100 index had surged by nearly 92%, adding over $14 trillion and also minting billions for a small group of tech innovators and executives. However, Wall Street had a shock to the system on concerns that a cheap AI model from Chinese startup DeepSeek could make valuations that have powered the bull market tough to justify. Now, the world's richest people have lost nearly about $108 billion due to this tech-led sell-off. What's also remarkable about DeepSeek is that the AI firm has created tools that go toe-to-toe for a tiny fraction of the multi-hundred billion dollar budgets of major tech companies in the United States. Now, DeepSeek's AI assistant has overtaken OpenAI's ChatGPT on Apple's US App Store. Now, China has shown that scarcity can actually fuel innovation, and they can do it as well as anyone else in the world. The Nasdaq's 3% drop on Monday was the worst in nearly 6 weeks, bringing its market valuation down by nearly $1 trillion from Friday. In the largest market wipeout in history, Nvidia sank by 17% and lost nearly about $600 billion of its valuation, its worst day since the pandemic hit in March 2020. The Constellation Energy's 21% loss led the way for energy companies that had hoped to profit from the surge in AI demand. But no hard feelings, says Jensen Huang, Nvidia's CEO, who's just called DeepSeek's latest innovation to be just excellent. The fallout from this AI disruption has spread pretty rapidly across global markets. In Asia, SoftBank Group ended the day down 8.3%, while the semiconductor stocks in the United States have faced some pretty heavy losses. In Europe, ASML fell by 7.6%, contributing to a broader sell-off. Broadcom dropped by about 15%, and the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index plunged by about 7.9%, which is its biggest decline since March 2020. Now, the panic wasn't just isolated to the tech stocks. Now, energy companies expected to benefit from the growing demand for data centers have also witnessed a sharp decline. All right, now to give us more perspective in terms of what is happening in the world of AI, we're joined by AI ethics expert Mark Kockelberg, who's joining us live from Brussels. He's a professor of philosophy and of media and technology at the University of Vienna, and the author of the book AI Ethics is joining us live on this broadcast. Professor, thank you very much indeed for taking time out and speaking to us here on WION. Let me in fact start off by asking you this. For the last couple of years, we've witnessed the American companies dominating this latest frontier of technology, artificial intelligence. But now the Chinese have put forth the DeepSeek chatbot, which seems to be as good as anything that the Americans have come up with. This has now created a lot of questions and speculation on whose AI is better, one, and what it does to have AI will now be used. In your assessment, the fact that the Chinese have been able to come up with an AI that is as good as what the Americans have come up with at a fraction of a cost, how does it change the tech world?
Yes, I think it has surprised many people, and especially in the US, there is this narrative about the race between US and China. And so this was a big surprise. Now, I think what it means for the US and for the world is that we are going to a situation where we are more challenged to develop AI that is within some constraints, that uses less energy, and that is important not only for economic competition but also for the environment.
Right.
So I think this is I see this as a kind of positive step towards a more energy friendly AI. And I think it's good that developers in the West get kicked in a way to develop such better, more economical products.
Interesting. Now, one of the criticisms that has been leveled against the AI unveiled by DeepSeek is that on several political questions, the Chinese AI does not seem to have the answers that the American AI chatbots do. For instance, on the question of the treatment of the Uyghur minority Muslims within China by the Chinese government, DeepSeek has not given the answers that the American chatbots such as ChatGPT put out. In your assessment, do you think asking political questions to AI chatbots serves any purpose?
Well, I think it doesn't serve much purpose other than show that that technologies are always developed within a particular political context, and you see that both AI in the West and AI in China will have certain biases, will hide certain things, will have a certain leaning, and so I think what's important, an important lesson from this is that that we should always take that into account when we use such technologies, and that we need also regulation to make sure that these technologies are ethical.
It's interesting that you bring up the issue of regulation. A lot of these tech billionaires, such as Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, have weighed in on the question of regulating AI. Elon Musk has described AI to be much more dangerous for humanity than perhaps even nuclear weapons. It has the potential to wipe out and to make humanity redundant, as he puts it. Do you think, with the Chinese also developing these, cutting-edge AI, will we see a demand for regulation in terms of how AI develops continues to grow? And will the American companies and also these Chinese companies be interested in regulating their AI chatbots?
Yeah, I think the fast growth of these technologies means that we need to catch up on regulation. I think in China there will be also a push there, of course, more from the government to regulate. But I think the stories of Musk are not really relevant. I think what we need to do is to have very concrete regulation, look at the very near future dangers of this technology, and I think it's high time, given these fast, rapid changes, to regulate more and regulate better.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Professor Kockelberg, for joining us and getting us that perspective there. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.